England's fans have been packing up and planning their route to Naples. The trouble in Rimini apart, the police say their operation in Bologna has been successful. The majority of fans were well behaved, and once again, there were no arrests at the game.
The quarter-final game will be staged in Naples. It's the home of pizza and the Camorra, Italy's most feared mafia. But the England squad is keen to ride the wave of optimism.
We're getting stronger and better and more knitted as a group. It's like butterflies of excitement saying, let's hold on to this now, let's hold on to this, come on.
If England lost, it did cross my mind that it would kick off big time. Camorra weren't going to take any spotty kid. English hooligan, there was just zero tolerance. It was all a little bit twitchy.
England's walking wounded were back on the training ground today. The biggest doubt still surrounds the fitness and form of John Barnes, who will undergo a test shortly before the game. From the manager, a prediction that his team will improve on the last World Cup when England went out at this stage to Argentina.
I said, didn't I, that we met the wrong team at the wrong time 4 years ago, and this could be the right team at the right time.
A quarter-final against Cameroon, who we knew was going to be difficult, particularly because of the stick that we'd been getting, that we would then say, well, at least we got to the quarterfinals. So I think it's more from the negative point of view because of the pressure we were under, because you just want to get as far as you can until you get knocked out.
Cameroon started the World Cup and they played Argentina, and we're thinking, we're going to get battered, yeah, but they won 1-0, you know, so it was like, wow, seeing how good they can be.
Jumped on the night train down to Rome. It was packed full of England, and then got the tickets for the Naples game. At the time, you could join the England Travel Club on a temporary pass, and I gave my grandma's address. Actually, I knew they'd had me down as one of the targets.
To avoid bad press, Italian authorities are leaving nothing to chance. Naples has one of the world's highest crime rates, so England fans are kept on a tight leash.
The Neapolitans didn't take any shit. We were herded like animals out of the city.
By the time we reached the San Paolo Stadium, it was clear that Hooligano Inglese had reached cult status. The circus had come to town. The Hooli buses were providing a service of containment. No one wanted the so-called animals escaping their cages.
It was pretty unpleasant. The herding had gone on for like 3 or 4 weeks. It was really attritional.
Leading into the game, we were almost led to believe that we had a bye. Not literally, but we're playing a team that was ill-disciplined. I think they had 4 players suspended, so 4 of their starting lineup weren't available. And we thought, we've got a hell of a chance here.
For me, I wasn't thinking about the quarter-final. I was just thinking, God, we're 2 games away from being in the World Cup final here, you know? You're thinking, God, that could be part of history, yeah, win this World Cup.
We knew this was going to be a physical match. Then all of a sudden, we heard this noise, which reminded me of Zulu with Michael Caine. I don't know what the hell they were singing, and they had these voices, and they sounded so aggressive, and we were like, look at this, they were huge.
Oh, that's gone right through to Omar Beek. Good save by Shilton.
That game sticks out. Just how physically strong they were. I shoulder barged one of them. It took me about 2-3 minutes to get it right because my shoulder was fuzzing.
Needs a good cross from this position. Oh, and he got one! It's David Platt! England take the lead.
Thought we would go on to win it 2 or 3-0 and be comfortable within the game. How wrong were we?
That was the hardest game. That was the hardest game.
At half-time, Cameroon bring on their veteran superstar.
I mean, they had Roger Milla, a 40-year-old, who was a fantastic player. He was just a born goal scorer.
In the second half, Cameroon run rings around England, scoring 2 goals in 5 minutes.
Miller, oh, they set it up here. Cameroon! It's 2 to Cameroon!
They was in front. It was awful. You're going out again. You're out of the tournament.
Here's Lineker. Oh, he's got that penalty. Gary Lineker. It's 2-2.
And in extra time, the ball falls to England's new talisman, Gazza.
I just knew how good I was, and I wasn't scared of anybody. I wasn't bothered about who I was up against. I just felt I couldn't put a foot wrong.
Gascoigne, can he get away from people now? And to Gary Lineker, it's a great ball. Lineker's in. Oh, he's gone down. It's another penalty.
As Lineker steps forward, England fans hold their breath.
I couldn't watch me. I didn't watch.
Lineker to put England ahead in the World Cup quarter-final. And he does. England lead by 3 goals to 2.
It's only Cameroon, well, sorry. They were a proper handful and gave England the biggest scare.
And it was amazing because I'd never been to a major tournament before, so every step of this journey was the biggest game of football I've ever played in my life.
England's next match is their first World Cup semi-final in 24 years. The country is now gripped with football fever.
You can never underestimate hope and optimism as emotions, and I think that's what it gave people, and that's what football is all about. You have good times, you have bad times. This was an exceptionally good time.
It's so good, even Margaret Thatcher jumps on the bandwagon.
Mrs Thatcher told MPs this afternoon that she wished England well in tomorrow's World Cup semi-final against West Germany, but she warned the fans to behave themselves.
Despite growing excitement over the semi-final, England are well aware that they're up against the World Cup's most informed team.
We knew Germany would be a tough side over the previous years. They always put a battle against us because they thought our rivalry, Germany, England, thought this is going to be a proper good game here.
Trust your technique, trust your ability, trust your preparation, and don't let the occasion get to you. And I suppose that's what separates great teams from other teams.
For England fans, there's an even greater test awaiting. They're heading to a city where not only Italian hooligans hate them, but also most of the population.
I think there was a lot of reason to fear the semi-final. First, it was being played in Turin. Turin, the home city of Juventus. Juventus supporters had died in the Heysel tragedy. And just around Italy, you would see graffiti calling Liverpool fans killers. So there was clearly a very raw nerve in that city.
England's notorious band of followers on the road again. Thousands of supporters are now heading for Turin, carrying their own brand of nationalism to a city that has every reason to be wary of those who follow English football.
England as a team were also aware that they were coming into a lion's den, and I think we were all aware that it was going to be tricky, not on the pitch, but actually off the pitch.
I just felt as though the fans themselves probably knew they were under a bit of pressure as well to perform, if you like.
I think it was a case of this is the last saloon now. Purely and simply, they have to behave on this.
To head off any conflict, the city will have the World Cup's longest alcohol ban, 51 hours of imposed abstinence starting tomorrow morning.
But for England fans, where there's a will, there's a way.
We'd buy the cans from the takeaways the night before. I can remember the semi-final, we filled the bath up in our hotel room with beer, and we had a crowd in the hotel room. All afternoon was drinking cans out of the bath, cold bath, all afternoon. So there were ways around it, you know what I mean?